Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Steve Johnson. I am owner and winemaker here at Parallel 44 and Door 44. And I want to take this opportunity to invite your thoughts and discussion on different ideas that we have regarding wine. And today's topic is going to be about the 4 different types of wine tasters that are out there. Chances are when you've gotten together with a group and opened up a bottle of wine, many within the group like the wine or dislike the wine, but it's very common within the group to have much different experiences or descriptions of the wines that are being tasted. And that is really due to our human physiology. That is the way our palates are constructed. And it's due to our degree of sensitivity to taste and aromas. And it doesn't necessarily mean that one level of sensitivity is better than another. They're just different ways that we're constructed and different ways that we are perceiving flavor and aroma in wine. And I think it's very interesting because our sensory capacity regarding taste and smell are very directly or closely linked to our memory and emotional centers in our brains. So we can have pretty strong opinions of what we like or dislike when it comes to wine. Now the first group I'd like to talk about is the sweet taster. These people have the highest degree of sensitivity to flavors and aromas. They like to use words like sweet, smooth, and fruity when describing wines they enjoy. They're not really interested too much into the pairing of food and wine per se. They prefer wines that, again, are sweeter in nature, such as Riesling, White Zinfandel, and Moscato. And when they have coffee, they prefer it with creamer or flavorings. Now, the hypersensitive taster is a group that has a slightly lower degree of taste sensitivity than the sweet taster. They use words like dry, light, and fruity when describing wines they like. And they will be drinking wines from Pinot Grigio to rosés to sparkling to lighter reds. For instance, here the bubbler would be a sparkling category wine that would be very appealing to the hypersensitive taster. And when they have a choice between tea or coffee, they may gravitate towards choosing tea over coffee. Now the third group is the sensitive taster, and they have even a little bit lower level of sensitivity to flavor and aroma. And when they describe wine, they talk about it being balanced, dry, fruity. And you're going to see that they're very open to exploring different flavors and styles of wine. And when given a choice, they may actually go back and forth between preferring coffee and tea. Now the last group is the tolerant taster. They are the least likely to have problems with sensitivity in wine, and they often will use words like complex, bold, strong. That's kind of the intense, that's their descriptors of wine that they crave. So they're going to fall more in the category of enjoying Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, wines like that. And when they are given a choice of coffee, they're probably going to go with the dark roasted blend, and without any kind of milk or creamer. They like it just dark. So now that you've seen these 4 different types of tasters, I want to point out that, or sort of debunk the myth that only the true wine appreciators are those who fall in the tolerant taster category. You know, it is true that people like Robert Parker or Wine Spectator publications primarily have evaluators that seem to fall into this category. But the reality is that they are no more accomplished or better at sensing wine qualities than you or I, or people in the sweet tasting category. In fact, those in this category tend to have more taste buds and more olfactory sense to them than those who fall in the tolerant tasting category. So there is no doubt also that women and younger people tend to fall into this category more frequently, and men and older people tend to fall into the tolerant group. Again, though, there is no wrong or right group to be in, and each person, no matter what group you're in, has the capacity to enjoy many different aspects in wine. In other words, we shouldn't think that dry wines equal quality, sweet wines equal average wine. What we really need to do as winemakers and critics is start talking about wines that are in these other categories as passionately as we do when we talk about dry wines. because that is a way to include more people to experience all the different interesting aspects of wine. My goal has been and always will be to produce well-balanced wines that you as a customer aspire to enjoy. And that is something that's never going to change here at Parallel 44 or Door 44. With that, I invite you to comment, and until next time, cheers.